Well, hello again and welcome to session 4. In this session we're going to be looking at the nature of emerging markets and economies. We're going to be looking exactly at how advanced economies, developing economies and emerging markets actually operate. We're going to be looking specifically at the 4 BRIC economies, Brazil, Russia, India and China, and see what actually makes some of those economies tick. See what some of the problems that occur in those economies are having in international business, and see what the rest of the world are saying about those BRIC economies. So Brazil, Russia, India and China are going to focus significantly in this particular session. Our second segment is to look at what's so attractive about emerging economies. What makes emerging economies so attractive in the world of international business? Our third segment is going to be looking at the way in which the potential of emerging markets can actually be determined. We're going to look at the true potential of emerging markets and try to make some kind of an assessment about that. Let's see what the statistics actually say. In our fourth segment, we're going to be looking at the risks and challenges of emerging markets and see exactly what goes on with bureaucracy, with international challenges to the whole concept of the protection of intellectual property. Intellectual property now can often be a controversial issue, and we're going to be looking at that in some detail. In our fifth segment, we're going to be looking at strategies for doing business in emerging markets. What does that mean? What does it mean for you to be doing business with an emerging market? What's significant about that? How is it different? How is it different from doing business with a developed economy? Well, we're going to be looking at some of those issues in this session. In the sixth segment, we're going to be looking at the economic development needs of emerging markets. And in our final segment, we're going to be looking at some of the sources of finance for the emerging markets. We're going to be looking at what's called microfinance, where you get loans for small businesses, where there are bank loans, where there are credits, where there are small and medium-term loans for organisations, be they small or medium enterprises. We're going to be looking just at how the financial market actually applies in emerging markets. And that's going to be an interesting session for you in session 4, I hope. So let's go and, without further ado, look at some of the issues contained within emerging markets and the economies.